Okay, so I sent a message to this man about spiritual partnership. If he wanted to join my mastermind and have a spiritual partnership, and then I explained what a spiritual partnership is. It is not something romantic, it was in the message. But this man, he just came from Peru, where he had an ayahuasca retreat, and his intention was to find true love, to get to know what is unconditional love. And out he comes from the airplane back to Aruba, and he receives this message from me, and he's like, is this a sign from the universe? Like a blonde beautiful woman is sending me a message looking for a spiritual partnership. That's all he read. And he's like, yes, I'm up for it, do you want to have coffee? Well, I wasn't drinking coffee at the time, but we went to a lovely coffee place in Oranjestad, and I was there early because I have something with time. I always want to be on time. I hate being late. And I brought this book with me to read. And then he arrived. He had just given a yoga lesson for children. And we got to talk. And it turned out that we have a lot of things in common. For example, the author that I was reading from, Alan Watts, is somebody he follows through podcasts. And we had so many people that we were following, the same people, and we were both on our healing journey. He had also experienced a lot, healed a lot, and yeah, he was all into self-development, so it was amazing. He also found out that I was not looking for a romantic relationship, but we decided to get to know each other more anyway. Now, he was really inspired by my story, and he knows a lot of people on the island because he grew up there. I didn't, because I grew up in the Netherlands. And one of the people that he knew was Shanti. Shanti, I love you. And Shanti is a yoga teacher, spiritual teacher, an amazing, beautiful woman. I love how she always says delicious for everything that she loves. And he knew that she gives silent retreats every now and then. And when she does, she always allows somebody who is deserving to enter for free. And he sent her a message about me and that maybe she could consider allowing for me to join. And all of a sudden I got this message from somebody called Shanti that I was invited for the silent retreat. Amazing. Like I explained, after you have experienced something so traumatic, it's really important for you to get out of your routine, because the same space and the same people constantly trigger those same emotions. And basically, you could copy your past and paste it into your future, because that is how it's going to be if you do not learn to become comfortable with the uncomfortable and do the things that your body actually tells you, I'm not ready, I don't want to. So I did it. I went there to the silent retreat. Now imagine, this is the north coast of Aruba. It's like big waves. This is not the side of the island where all the tourists and the hotels are. It is like rough terrain. I drove there with my car. I was very unsure of where to go. So on my way, somebody else passed me who was going to the same retreat, and I joined her in the car. We went there, and this was Carolise, turned out to become a really dear friend of mine as well, but I'll explain more about it later. So we went to the retreat. This is a wooden shack on the beach that has no electricity. It has its own little beach, a toilet that you cannot flush. You just have to throw a bucket of water in there. There is a big mountain behind. There were mattresses. There were nice places to sit in the shack as well. The shack doesn't have any electricity. We had to bring our own food, sleeping stuff. And then in the evening we did yoga. We got to know each other. There is a campfire, and then we sleep next to the campfire that is turned off, like under the stars. It's like so amazing. And the next day the silence starts, and for many hours you're not allowed to talk. You're just inside of your own mind, trying to quiet those neural connections that bring up all your problems, your enemies, your worries, your things, and keep going back to that loving essence that is in your heart, breaking from those old patterns. Now, I was writing down all of the epiphanies that I had, and at the end, we got together in a circle, like inside the shack. There's like all of these pillows in a circle. There was also a beautiful ceremony, by the way, with the ashes of the campfire from the day before, because ashes are very healing, and all of us, we put ashes on somebody else, and then we would go into the water and release everything that no longer served us. It was so beautiful. If you can find a Sacred Woman group around in somewhere in your area, I highly recommend it, because just like my previous video, I explained about a mastermind that is getting together with people with the same intentions. And when you do, the new ideas and the opportunities that flow towards you are so much more mystical, beautiful, amazing than you could just have on your own, because the energy of people with the same intention together is just so strong. But what's also very special is that Shanti has hosted this woman's silent retreat for many times before, but she felt like somehow there was something special, and she ended up creating a WhatsApp group specifically for all the women who were there. And afterwards, this was called the Sacred Woman group. Afterwards, like every full moon, or sometimes a new moon, or sometimes when somebody of us had a birthday, we would get together in nature with a campfire. We were allowed to share what was on our hearts. We would sing together. We would dance together. And we often would also go and sleep together. Like one time there was this beautiful cave that the ancestors of Aruba used to spend time. You could still see the Indian drawings. We would sleep there, or we would have a beautiful sacred ceremony, or by the beach, or in on a crystal mountain. It was so beautiful. The dreams that I had on those nights were profound. The sharings that we did were so healing. And I truly believe that surrounding yourself with the right people is so important. So try to go out, even though your body tells you, no, I want to stay here. Like, your body is gonna not want you to get out of this addiction of feeling sad, of feeling grief. And this is not your fault. It is not your fault. It's so normal that this happens, that we start seeing our grief everywhere. But know that it does not have to be that way. And I know you know that your child would not want you to feel this way. So therefore, we need to learn to become comfortable with the uncomfortable and go out there and have novelty experiences, because these change our mind. Go out there, find a Sacred Woman group, make your own mastermind or your own Sacred Woman group, or go out there, go and do a meditation class or a yoga class. Go there where there are other women, or if you're a man, other men that are working on self-development or that are on their healing journey. This is so profound and so healing. So please go and do so. Go out and be uncomfortable.